Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Hi there. I'm not Joe McKeel. You may have noticed that. But welcome to Stupid O'Clock. With me tonight is someone who's also not Joe McKeel, John
Thank
Scarborough.
God.
Also not Joe McKeel, Zach Albert. And also not Joe McKeel,
Now wait a
Dawn.
minute. This one could pass for. She could pass.
And
Excuse
sometime or another, what happened was Joe Dog told us he wouldn't be here, so we had to start the show without him. He was going to be late, so he's in the green room, not that green room, but the other green room.
Not the green room.
And when he pops on, I'm ready to just go ahead and. Oh no! I just got a new notification from Messenger. I've been fired, I think.
Hey, John,
In
you know what
any
happens when this
case,
bottle goes in the freezer? You know what this water turns to?
Not the green room.
Turns to ice. Just remember that.
Oh, I will. I shall remember that.
I know. You're going to get me back.
So shall you.
And the thing is, I deserve it because that was pretty. So
Well, we could bring the empty panel that Joe Dog is working behind, but we don't really need to care about the man behind the curtain right now. So we'll just kind of freeform until the troublemaker shows up in person. Oh wait, that's the last word of my title. Okay, well, I'm an amateur. Uh, Professionals will out. So oh, he's here with audio only. So yeah, now I'm in trouble. Uh,
Now that's a screen grab for the decade.
All right. What I was talking about earlier, Zach, was on Armchair Rocket Science. Was Mark Felton Productions did a story on the NASA tire assault vehicle, which is the little remote control tank with the camera and the drill on it. And he had some really good figures on the space shuttle tires, like 260 pounds, 320 pounds per square inch pressure inside the tires.
Good Lord, no wonder they blew up.
Well, they have to be able to withstand all that heat and all that weight.
Exactly.
So, and the problem was they had to go out and to basically deflate the tires. They ran this little radio control tank, and it had a little battery operated drill on the end of it. So they'd run it up there and pop a tire, basically. And he was talking about how it survived all these different, tire explosions and such. And they eventually retired it, pun intended, to the museum there at. It's in a glass case down at the thing. But here's the funny thing, and it got me
Where
thinking.
can't get it any more tires.
They have the Air Force X-37B, which lands on tires. And they're just getting ready to bring in Dream Chaser, which also lands in tires.
2 out of 3.
So will they have to bring this thing out of retirement to to pop tires?
Oh no, they'll probably build another one.
Well, Dream Chaser isn't NASA's. They won't own it. So NASA will be like, that's not our problem.
Oh, well.
Yeah, really. You build your own model tank to go out and bust your tires.
They won't share how to build it either. You'll have to figure it out yourself.
Well, it's just
on
a radio
YouTube.
control tank, but it's no big deal. Of course, they were talking about how they couldn't use rifle fire to pop the tires because a tire under high pressure can deflect bullets. It might pop the tire, but there's no telling where the bullet's going to go after it does. And that's one heck of a way to damage a multi-billion.
Yeah, really. The last thing you want is a 308 slug through your spaceship.
And then and they're talking about all these different ways of popping the tires and such. And then I always want what could they use a laser? It's NASA. Don't they have lasers?
Yes, they do. Really big ones.
That wouldn't balance. It might incinerate the undercarriage of the spaceship, but their backup plan to blow up SLS was a laser. If they had SpaceX's Starship FTS on board.
Really?
Yeah, if SLS's FTS didn't work properly and blow it up, they had a huge laser cannon to just cook it.
Ooh.
Oh, I bet Nancy Reagan wouldn't give them the keys.
Okay,
Yeah, I can't tell you where on the base the laser is.
You know how they have those people that it never fails? They're getting ready to launch, and some idiot drives his boat into the quarantine area downrange, and they have to
every time.
That laser could solve that problem real skippy quick.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that you
guys
you
driving along this speedboat.
You wouldn't have more than about 2 dozen boats blown up by a laser before somebody got the message.
Well, the biggest thing I find with that, and I've talked to a couple of people in the harbor area, they have one sign that's not very big on a hill before you like leave the port that says like a message like no launches today or whatever, or ports open or whatever. But they haven't installed like any buoys or anything, because 99% of the boats that scrub a launch are within a few hundred meters of the shoreline. And it's like, well, why don't you just put some lights along the beach or something that, emits a sound, or there's got to be ways, because I mean, right now they're just hoping that the captains do their job, which I mean, it is their job, but how often do they actually check if these things, if it slips 45 minutes, they slip the closure. Well, if you don't check every 45 minutes.
Wrong hand.
Speaking of rocket launches,
Mr. Bachman, you're muted.
Howdy, folks.
Howdy.
Sounds like a party over there.
Oh, he's building an overpass. Or destroying one.
Moving
Depends
one
on what kind of party.
So I'm actually out here on the interstate tonight. I can actually barely hear you guys. We're doing patching. They're saw cutting it, chipping it out, and then filling it with some kind of polymer material.
Okay.
This reminds me of one of them YouTube videos where like a truck comes plowing through the work site. And,
I am amazed, though, in that video from Joe, I have seen more construction people working on one site than I have ever seen in this country.
I think it's staged.
There was 3 people actually doing something.
Kind of like the moon landing. The highway department just puts like 3 or 4 actors out there to pretend like they're actually. This is actually a sound stage, and just to make people think
I
they're
wish it was.
Oh.
So how y'all doing? How you doing tonight, Joe?
Oh, not too bad. It's a little windy out here. Got a lot of traffic around us, but got this nice mobile barricade protecting us, so should be a good night.
And light. I think that's the best lighting I've ever seen you have on this show.
That's because it's not inside his truck for a change.
Mobile barrier. That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's actually this semi-trailer with mobile crash attenuator on the back of it. And it actually, you can add on expansion pieces that'll go, I think you can do like 100-foot long total.
Somebody should tell the Rolling Stones about that. They could use one of those. Emily!
Maybe.
Okay.
There
There
she
she is. How you doing, girl?
Did you say me on 3 times? Hey.
How you doing?
I just wanted to pop in and say hi real quick. It's noisy out here. It's windy, and I will see you guys another night. Probably Saturday night, because they're not working Saturday.
Not Joe.
All right. Sounds
All right.
good.
See ya.
Oh, he stole one of my album covers.
So how you doing tonight, Emily? Oh, yeah.
I'm
If
doing pretty good.
anybody
just
see
at
that
all.
Curie got the picture of Joe Dog, got a screenshot of it.
There's your next album cover.
Not on your life.
Frank Zappa would have done it.
I'm not Frank Zappa. I have taste.
Frank Zappa would have done it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Oh, God, there he is. If I click him into the channel, he'll be clicking himself in at the same time.
That's it. No. No.
Oh, he's still chewing burritos.
Oh,
If you're not in the green room, you cannot see that. Ah, Thank God we have a plethora of green rooms.
All right, I'm back.
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Let's put you back where you belong.
There you go.
Oh, and what Dan was laughing about?
I don't give a shit. I don't give an ass.
No,
I don't give a rat's ass.
Don't
That's
give a
yeah.
rat's ass, yes. Oh, hey, Carrie. In the chat, not in the channel. Well, that's his decision whether or not he wants to appear with this bunch of reprobates.
I don't know what soap they used at Walmart. They've changed their soap in the bathroom, and it's perfumey.
Joe Dog, I told you not to go in the ladies' room just
Yeah,
'cause
you were in the
the
wrong
bathroom's
bathroom.
full.
That's what that was. That was
Hi, Calliope.
She says hi. She's been wanting attention.
Oh.
Well, hello, Emily, and hey, Zach.
We were just discussing the NASA tire assault vehicle.
Oh yeah, I was listening.
We were wondering if they're going to have to bring it out of retirement.
They'll probably just build a second generation. And here's Kiri.
And it'll only cost $2 billion.
Hi, Gary.
Hello.
They were actually bragging about how a bomb disposal robot is like $200,000, which is why they didn't use one of those. So they built this thing for $3,000.
$3,000.
And the most expensive part on it was the thermal camera.
Yeah, that was back when they actually had some fiscal responsibility because they actually were getting like a percentage of the US GDP.
Well,
So the public actually cared.
Actually, they said this works and we don't care if it gets blown up by tires.
Oh, so they did the SpaceX method.
Yeah. One of the things that ticks me off.
The original one survived 9 tire explosions. And those are not tiny explosions.
It survived 9 tire explosions and is in a museum now. So it survived.
Is that Kennedy?
Yeah. I think they said it was in a NASA museum.
Wonder if it's in the vault.
No.
There's a couple of vaults in the VAB that are only open to staff.
No, they said it's in a museum. It's in a glass case.
So people can see.
I'm gonna have to go through my photos.
Battery powered drill mounted on a model tank tread.
That if you go to Armchair Rocket Science, I've got the Mark Felton production up now of it, and they actually show it in the case in the museum. So
I'll be able to have an idea where that is then.
And I'm pretty sure they mentioned which museum. I just don't remember. Right.
People come and go so quickly here.
Really? Let me see.
Well, I had to blow my nose, and I didn't think y'all wanted to see or hear that.
Thank you.
Thank you for the consideration. That would be a new green room, Dan.
No, I don't think we're going to dedicate one to nasal extrusions. No. That would be a bit.
Zach's got the what the hell?
No, I skimmed through the video from John, so I'm looking at the little RC drill science fair project that NASA spent money on. That is definitely not in any of the public museums unless it's in one of the back hallways. I'm pretty sure that's got to be in either the VAB or it might be over in the Cape Canaveral hangar. But if it was NASA's, I don't think it would be over there.
Well,
there's no wall that color in any of the exhibits.
We don't know for sure. It might be in Huntsville. It might be in the Smithsonian. We don't know.
Well, if it's retired, it may be Smithsonian.
Yeah.
Huntsville is Smithsonian, if you didn't know that.
Yeah. They also could have sent,
but it makes perfect sense. That's a great place. If you ever get a chance to go there, go.
Which one?
Huntsville.
Not yet. Hopefully next year.
You need to hook up with Stephanie. I bet she could give you the tour.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Huntsville's
would.
fun.
Yeah, I have to come down there for a few weeks to that like whole area.
There's this guy that collects old NASA equipment, and somewhere down the line, he does podcast on old spaceship equipment, and he had a computer module
Ooh,
for a Saturn V.
Mhm.
So he took it down to Huntsville, and it just so happens they had the whole computer on display in Huntsville. And it's this ring section in the Saturn stack. It's about a meter wide ring and as wide around as the base of the Saturn rocket. You know, and the guy went in, and the guy explained to him what it was, how the computer worked, and all this. And it is an analog computer, and it's hand built. All the wire coiling around the stuff was done by hand. And he's talking about how the women, they had a loom for building this stuff, and they had to run the wire with a loom to make the fabric for the micro. It was their analogy of a microprocessor,
Oh wow.
and they had to sew it together.
yeah, this is the hardware version of microprocessors.
Yes.
So
Smarter Every Day is the YouTube guy.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm glad
And
there's at least a few people out there spending their money trying to save some of that stuff.
And the what was funny about it was the guy that was the curator. They had this old guy doing the curator bit at the museum. Actually worked on the computer,
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
and
That's
he was
cool.
like pointing out all. And he was like, "Yeah, this is one of these modules. It's right up there." And it's like,
Oh, so that's where this one went. We thought we lost it.
well, you know about the guy bought the old computers from NASA that they had the reel-to-reel computing tapes, like old school 1950s computer.
like
He
the
bought
ones you
those.
see in Star Trek. Yes.
And he opened up the cabinet at the bottom, and it still had tapes in the bottom. And it turns out
I've had the opportunity a few times to buy some used Saturn stuff, and it's I broke Joe dog a week ago, where I showed him one website that had some stuff on it, and I think the second thing I showed him, he started Googling the person's name that was written on the book, and that went into like an hour long. Holy crap! This guy worked on everything, and it was like his handbook.
Yeah, I told Dan about it. I sent Dan the PDF of the story.
I'm still debating whether or not I should run that through the I can't remember the name of the program now, but it's something that turns PDFs into ebooks, and I can put it on my Kindle.
Oh, you were talking about that, yeah.
Yeah, looks good. I mean, I haven't had a chance to do anything more than look at it, but
How much is that software?
free.
We'll have to talk later.
It's I do remember it's called Calibrate,
Okay.
and it is free. And it's
www.free.com.
you just download it and run it, and basically it is something to not only read ebooks in all their different formats, but you can change them from one format to another.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I contacted Johnson Space Center, like their historical department, once just to try to find something and try to find out if they even had something. And a really nice lady responded in an email saying, well, we've got lots of things. We don't really know everything we have. It's in this book. So here, she sent me a 280-page PDF that is the table of contents of about 40 warehouses on Johnson Space Center property that have never been digitally scanned. You're talking like 5,000 banker boxes of all the letters that were sent to NASA after Challenger. You're talking every handwritten note ever in mission control. And I'm like, okay, some museum needs to wake up and go with a scanner, hire some interns before there's a fire, and we lose the first 50 years of NASA and have to start over.
Yeah, hire some interns that won't start a fire.
But
Yeah.
they all vape nowadays. It's not a problem.
Some of
I
that
watched one
shit's-
get tackled vaping at the concert on Tuesday. Security was
Some of
not.
that shit's so old, you probably could cause it to
You
spontaneously
sneeze and it would
combust.
disappear. Some of it. Well, the lady was like, "Well, we have lots of things. This is one of the things you were looking for. Normally we charge, but here's like, I've scanned the first box for you for free." And she sent it to me. It's I'm pretty sure it was like the user manual for Saturn V. I'm like,
The Chilton's Guide. Oh my God.
here you go. Here's how to operate the Saturn V rocket. I'm like, not what I was looking for, but I mean, I'm not going to say no. But
Really? If Andy Griffith was still alive, he'd teach you how to build one.
Well, there's 3 sitting around that were fully usable. So this sounds a little dangerous. I just need fuel and something to turn it vertical. Huntsville's is vertical, isn't it?
No, I think
No,
there's
Huntsville's is laying on the ground.
Oh, so they're all laying on the ground now.
It's
it's not
also
laying on the
separated
ground,
in different stages.
it's just horizontal.
Well, yeah, none of them are in vertical anymore.
No.
Darn.
It's too dangerous. They're not really, designed to withstand hurricane force winds or tornadoes and fun stuff like that. And Huntsville is
Fun
fairly
stuff.
well known for its tornadoes. So.
Yes. Matter of fact, if you could guide one, you could probably get a Saturn V off the ground without lighting the rockets just by using a tornado.
Well, there were people betting if NASA was going to try to launch SLS during the hurricane last year because they left it out at the pad too long that they could not roll it back even though they wanted to because they waited too long, that it would have been stuck in the middle. And that was more dangerous than apparently leaving it on the pad.
Right.
And yeah,
What?
it's okay. They're smart people, right?
SLS-2 is being assembled as we speak.
Very slow. They finally started unwrapping the SRBs.
I guess you want to keep this.
They had a problem.
Yes.
Oh, there he is.
Ooh.
Where is it?
To the
Oh.
left. Oh,
What the hell?
HallowCon descends upon Dalton.
you gotta frame that.
It should. There's a sliver of my face on there.
A sliver of my face.
Okay, well, I guess we better get rid of it then.
Get the lighter.
What's that whirring noise? Joe's paper shredder.
That's cool. That made it to the front page that you guys did.
Do what?
That you guys made it to the front page of the paper. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's a small paper.
It's a small county.
That's what
Actually,
she
it's a
said.
very big county. It's just a
Whoa,
small
whoa,
paper.
oh, don't do that. That is not a good combination. Oh,
What combination did you just do that we're not supposed to do?
Okay.
Icebreaker myths. Yeah.
Ooh.
What is wrong with you?
The new Mentos, yes.
Anything
No.
tooth with anything else? No.
oh, it's
That's like-
it just the Mountain Dew super intensified the icebreakers.
I'm going to laugh if it had like a Mentos effect.
Is
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
Pop Rocks and Diet
No,
Coke or
no.
whatnot?
No, it just went from, the cool mint in my breath, on my breath, to sinuses full of the mint.
Ooh, I need to go find
Because
some.
the carbonation makes
It,
it.
it
yeah.
went from cool mint on your breath to an ice pick through your forehead.
Yeah. Hey, Rich.
Hey, Richard.
Hello. The joys of.
I see
setting
the
up a
one
new
guy
computer.
that, is supposed to be paying attention to the road. Got you in here. Thanks, Joey.
Yeah, I was sending it, but about the time I hit it, it's like, oh, well, shit.
Why
Well,
isn't Richie,
that
why
group
isn't
chat-
Richie in the LinkedIn group?
He isn't.
I am in the LinkedIn group. It's because I have a new computer. It's showing end-to-end encryption. So all the old messages were behind an encrypted link.
Also on mine, it half the time lets me send messages, and then the other half of the time says you're not allowed to send messages.
See, that's why you need a Radio Shack piece of shit in the background that you can use. It's totally dependable.
That's in the other room. There's about 5 of them.
I miss Radio Shack.
I do too.
I do too.
I miss the old Radio Shack.
Yeah,
not
the
Radio
OG
Shack when I
Radio
was
Shack.
manager.
Yeah.
Worst
I
case
would-
scenario, I've got my old one here.
If we still had an OG Radio Shack, I would have the most awesome stereo speakers in existence. Because I built the speaker cabinets and wired up everything for the garage band. So if you can imagine 15-inch bass speakers at 300 watts each, I believe I could probably play Sweet Home Alabama and have people in China lining up to move to the U.S. and not even be at half volume.
You don't even have to play music. I'll line up. Just give me a green card.
That was a good one.
How do we sponsor Zach to get dual citizenship, U.S. and Canadian? How do we do that? I mean, technically, how do we do that? We're supposed to start.
I need to hire 10 full-time employees, and I need to have about $1.2 million that I get to keep, but I have to invest it into a U.S. account for a U.S. company to have risked it. Then they hand me a green card and say, "Welcome to America."
My wife didn't do that.
Yeah, well, it used to be 800,000. Then before that, it was 100,000. Now everyone wants to come to America.
She just
I had a good
contacted
idea,
a state senator and asked. Now, granted, she's cute, but
Well, so is Zach. See Zach smile.
Zach's cute too.
Hey, I had an idea, but Emily and Dawn are taken.
Oh God, I don't even want to hear it.
They wanted Jack to marry
You
one
really
of us.
don't.
They wanted us to marry him, one of us to marry him, so that he could just.
That is called not legal either.
Or both. I mean, seriously.
That's even more not legal.
Wait a minute, it is legal.
That's Mormonism.
It's legal, but you have to
it's
stay
legal in
together.
Arkansas, even if you're brother and
Utah.
sister.
You have to stay together for 5 or 7 years, otherwise they can deport you after.
Yeah.
I've been with Ted for 17. I think I can handle you for 7.
I'm not so sure. I go near big exploding things for fun.
That's all right. She'll take out insurance.
Life
I was
insurance.
going to say that.
Lots
We're
of
gonna
life
take out a
insurance.
big life insurance policy on you.
Or Emily can take out life insurance. One of us, yeah, okay.
Hey, we'll split it either way. We'll split. The
Oh,
life
hell.
insurance
Let me
policy.
ask Lindsay. We'll just adopt you.
Can
We
you
had
adopt a 28-year-old?
We had this young guy in our unit.
I've adopted a 50-year-old. I mean, seriously.
You can
We had
stop.
this young guy in our unit when I was stationed in Germany. They got married. And his first Christmas with his new wife, he kept asking people, "What do you think I should get her for Christmas?" And without missing a beat, his squad leader goes, "Life insurance."
Not on her, on you. Yeah. Talk to Mutual of Omaha.
Yeah, I just
No.
don't tell my life insurance policy what I do.
Marlon Perkins will never set you wrong.
The military
You
has its own life
you
insurance, but
stuff.
they always
That's what
wanted
you
you.
do, right?
They always wanted you to get more. You know.
I go to places that are designated public viewing sites or invite-only viewing sites and watch rocket launches. These are public facilities. This is not risky. Wink.
It's just big fireworks.
Yeah, the one big firework I should have got to see, the thing made so much of a firework, I didn't get to see it firework.
You ate it,
You were
though.
too busy ducking and covering.
They've now come out and said it was more powerful than a volcanic explosion, the force of the sand under the rocket.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yet they still won't admit that 5 miles away we ingested it.
Well,
Isn't it ironic that for like 2.5 years, everyone is wearing filter mask over their face? And then the one time you're not wearing a filter mask over your face, you actually needed the damn thing.
I've worn it roadside because it is so dusty and dirty. Not many times, but I have done it.
So, hey, South Texas, what do you expect?
I got about 15 of the damn things here at the house, and one in the car and 2 at work. And I actually need them at work.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how this next one goes over the weekend, though. Because they broke it already. They were ready. They were getting ready to tell everyone to leave, and they're like, we broke a grid fin. Oops. Destack it. Take the hot ring off. We need to change something in the booster.
How'd they break the grid fin?
They broke the actuator. I think they stacked and destacked it so many times, they unplugged it.
Okay,
this thing is stacked and destacked, I think, like 30 times.
Somebody needs to get their shit together.
Well, yeah, the FAA.
Fish and Wildlife. If it was just FAA, we would have been here a month ago, and I would have been there.
Instead, you got to see a Jonas Brothers concert.
Okay, $100 ticket versus $5,000, and I'm paying the penalty.
HallowCon either.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You enjoyed both, even though you were having to do that duck and cover stuff that taught us in high school.
Either way, I still got an upper respiratory infection from both Starship and Jonas Brothers. So,
and I had not heard that there was any con crud from HallowCon, and you didn't come to HallowCon, so you.
Yeah.
See, if I come to HallowCon next year, within a week, get an upper respiratory infection, I'm just not allowed to come out in public.
No, you won't. That's the thing. You screwed up with where you chose to go.
No one bought me a plane ticket.
Believe me, if you come to HallowCon, you hang out with Aunt Donna, Uncle Carl, Dawn, and I
will have all my vaccines updated.
You will never have any infection again in your life.
There's too much alcohol involved.
Yeah, exactly. That's
one way or another.
I'm not worried about anything. My bloodstream is at a pH level to where no germs can survive.
There would have been alcohol at the Jonas Brothers if it wasn't $19 for something smaller than this.
That's what she said.
Behave.
It's only 15 for everybody else.
Bottle of water was $6.50. Stupid.
A breath of air was $7.55.
Zach, you live in West Canada, right?
Yep, Edmonton.
Okay.
Home of Gretzky.
I thought you were in Manitoba.
That's where family's from.
Oh.
2 generations ago.
Well, at least it's not Quebec.
Oh. Here's an idea.
I thought you'd like that joke. I'm sorry.
Amtrak has service to Vancouver.
Yeah, but it's mostly bus.
Really?
Yeah, we looked at it before. It might be back on track now, but yeah. I think it's a bus over the border. They might have put the train back on, but because I looked at taking it from Palm Springs to Vancouver, and it was like half bus.
Come here for a minute.
What you need is half bus, half rocket. That way it gets you there faster.
How about just all rocket?
It won't. It might explode.
I can land it in my neighbor's yard.
Your neighbor?
No one ever sees them.
You don't expect him to land something like that in his yard, do you?
I want to have my yard to look at the rocket next door. There's an
Oh,
IKEA
hell.
across the highway that I could still see from my room. I could park it there.
Actually, the parking lot's probably big enough.
I could land it on top of the IKEA.
No, you don't want to do that. They don't build the buildings the way they used to. Parking lot sounds fine.
Donna said there
You
was a
haven't seen the
Freudian
way-
slip. I think there was a lot of There's a lot of Freudian slips that happen in this Motley Crew. Of
Okay.
people.
Apparently,
You
they,
haven't seen how Edmonton builds their roads. They're not good either.
apparently, no, they do not go to Vancouver anymore. It goes to Seattle.
Okay, well, it's not hard to get from Vancouver to Seattle.
Right.
Um,
And it goes
when
to
is
Los Angeles.
HallowCon again? I'm sorry.
Halloween weekend in October.
Okay.
Uh,
I didn't
doesn't
know. if
matter.
it was specific.
It doesn't matter what day Halloween actually falls on, but it's
the
the
weekend.
closest weekend to that.
But always before, right?
Always before.
Okay, so yeah, it'll be the 26th, the weekend of the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for reason. But you got me.
You don't need a
curious.
reason. Just show up. It's reason enough. I'm going to have fun.
I'm
That's-
50% sure I will be there.
well,
That'll improve every month as we proceed.
we know Richie will be there. He done made arrangements.
Yep.
OneDrive shut up. I don't need to back anything up to the cloud. I've already got
Use the
stuff.
cloud. The cloud is good. The cloud is your friend.
I
Not
don't
only
need
are you and I in
OneDrive.
sync, Dan, our computers are apparently in sync because I just got a message from OneDrive that I just closed out as you were complaining about your message.
I wouldn't. I've got Dropbox. I don't need OneDrive. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's there. If it's automatically backing up my stuff, then next time I have a total hard drive failure, I'll be able to download things and put it back. But will I remember to do that? I don't know. Stop singing, Dan. The dogs are barking in the next county. Yes, Dawn. What was it you were thinking? Like I can't read your mind from
in
here.
the next county. Smart ass remark.
For my voice, yes.
Yeah, don't put yourself down like that. That's
You
what we get
haven't heard
music
me.
for.
You haven't heard me sing. I said
The
like
dogs must have been barking in the U.S. after the opener for the concert. With dog whistle high a few times.
Is it that bad?
See, it's funny when you listen to their record, they're actually good. But in person, it was like they were taking helium in between each breath. And it was good, but it was pitchy.
Interesting.
Every breath
they
you take.
didn't make the payment on the boy band filter again. It's a little black box about this big, and if you don't have it, you sound like you're normal. But if
I
you do
gotta
have it, you
behave.
sound like a boy band.
I gotta behave.
That'll be the frickin' day.
Look at the comment section.
Yep.
I got to behave.
Oh, your daddy's
Thank
here.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for finally coming so he behaves.
Or however you reacted.
Darn
Yes, Emily looks cute. So does Dawn.
Not the green room.
We all look cute in our own individual special way.
Yep.
Keyword special.
Yeah. You got to put the concrete filter on the camera for me, but self-depreciating humor is a thing. It doesn't mean I
Zach,
believe it.
Did you tell them what the launch window is tomorrow?
If
Oh, the 20-minute one?
Yeah.
Yeah. But someone reminded me when they launched in April, it was a 5-minute window. I went back and looked, and it was. It's just they'll start fueling way outside of it.
Yeah.
And then just sit ready.
Have they started fueling?
Sorry?
Have they started fueling?
No,
they don't. It's what are we at? About 36 hours now. It was supposed to be in like 11 hours from now launch, but then they delayed it a day.
So how long will it take them to? How long do they have to fuel it for launch?
They supposedly start 2 hours before.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Takes them actually about an hour and a half, but they've never done it without holding for something. So
the fuel valve's frozen. We don't know how this happens.
No, it's not built by NASA. It's not a valve problem.
You're pumping liquid hydrogen into the damn thing. How do you think it froze?
Yeah, that threw a lot of people with SLS was that they kept freezing the nitrogen valves.
Oh,
but they weren't freezing them on the rocket. They were freezing them on the pipeline from Air Liquide. So NASA couldn't fuel the rocket because Air Liquide kept breaking.
Oh, damn.
Well, once you figure out how cold liquid nitrogen is.
Well, yeah, but.
Oh, Lord.
And that wasn't even
probably took that into account before, but
they said that humidity was the problem.
Yeah,
I was like, humidity in Florida?
No.
Say
it ain't so.
It only rains every day at 3:28 p.m.
People were complaining about the Chinese launch site that launches over land and how the rocket boosters and stuff were like crashing into villages and schools and stuff like that.
It only happens to happen once, and then the village isn't there.
But
there's always another village.
They've built this new one out in the desert, if I'm not mistaken, which is actually brilliant from a humidity standpoint.
Yeah, it's a big facility. Not very nice looking, but it's a big facility.
Well, look at the Russian one. You know, it's also in the middle of the desert. Matter of fact, it's in the same basically it's in the same desert that the one in China is in.
Just follow the tunnel or the canal, and you'll come to
You really scan for the radioactive lake, you'll find it.
Yeah, China's building a reusable first stage rocket, and if you put it beside Falcon 9, it's damn near identical.
And squint just a little bit.
Yeah, they're making a version of New Shepard. Yeah, version of New Shepard, version of Falcon 9, version of Falcon Heavy, and an exact version of Starship.
Yeah, but the Chinese ones have racing stripes. They've watched Speed Racer.
Well, thank you, Facebook user. Yes, it went very well this year. Go ahead, John.
All right. Well, I always got to poke these things. Let's see here. Is that the one? That's one. Okay. Let's see. You got to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and grant permission to show us your name.
And if you don't,
Rob Brown.
Oh, Rob. Okay. Howdy, Rob. Glad you could drop in with us.
That's such a weird thing that they make you have to do that.
Yeah.
No, it's Facebook. It's not StreamYard.
It's Facebook. Definitely.
It's Facebook.
That doesn't surprise me.
Which,
Zuckerberg has
strange is
passport of everything.
Oh, there were a couple of engineers walking around at work today trying to remind everybody that they have to use all this new security system to use a printer. And I go, I just hit print. It comes out of the machine. They go, what? I go, look, here's a page. I hit print. Go look, it's next door in the next room. It printed. And they go, somehow or another, that printer ignores their
protocol.
expensive printing security software that they just bought. For some reason, they replaced every printer in the building with something that's about waist high and cost 70 times as much and has about a third of the functionality as what they just replaced. Because, oh, it has this deluxe security program. Now nobody can print their prom picture on this printer that does color and without permission. Corporates looking at everything that gets printed off on every printer in every building and in the
Was
world.
that a problem you guys were having? Was massive printing?
No. We didn't have a problem with disgruntled employees coming in with machine guns, but they decided to put automatic locks on all the doors going into the office. And they decided to put a electronic lock on a glass door set into a glass wall in case there was a terrorist come up in the parking lot somehow. And I'm going, you guys have exactly 0% common sense in your DNA, do you?
Now, the industry I work for, yes, I understand that. But we're a very document heavy industry. Yours? I wouldn't think so much.
I mean, seriously, if somebody wants to go on one of the company computers on the company network and print off their daughter's birthday pictures because they don't make enough money to go to Walmart and use the big machine, what's the problem? It's not like they're going to fax it to everybody in the corporation worldwide. But no, multi-billion-dollar multinational corporation is going, oh, we're going broke from spending, I don't know, $20 a year on print cartridges.
I don't know where the hell you're getting these damn print cartridges.
They get a corporate rate from Office Depot, I think. Seriously, you buy 1 million of them at one time, you get a discount. Matter of fact, the printer they replaced, there's a brand new ink cartridge in my lab waiting for that one that's in the printer they're replacing to run dry. And I'm going, you are going to haul off that printer. And there's going to be an obsolete ink cartridge in my lab for the next 35 years because nobody knows it's here except the guy that brought it here and decided my lab was a good place to store it. Forget military intelligence being a oxymoron. Corporate intelligence is a oxymoron. 6 more weeks. That's all I got to put up with this. 6 more weeks. Praise Allah. Praise Cthulhu. Anybody that gets in the way, I don't care. Let me out of this madhouse.
Jane, get me off this crazy thing.
Hey, that's exactly the way I feel. I walk in, somebody says something stupid, and I go, my common sense is tingling. Too bad I don't have web shooters go with that. I'd gum up the works. There you go. We didn't see that one. Kudos to Joe Dog for stepping in when we couldn't figure out the stuff quite as quickly.
That was just last week, I believe, Carl.
About 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks ago already?
Yeah. Last week we experimented with Discord.
No, that was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday. It was last Friday.
See, I don't think we had an official green room in Discord yet.
No,
Really?
that's tomorrow.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at it next week.
Yeah, we did.
I'm remembering shit
testing
that
on
hasn't happened
Sunday.
yet again. I was there Tuesday.
How was it?
Wonderful, actually.
Yeah, it was good.
It worked.
Everybody's connections were really fast.
Yeah,
There was,
Donna agreed last Friday was StreamYard. And then that's right. Carl said that's right. Tomorrow we pop the green room cherry.
We're gonna need some Waffle House takeouts for that.
And Uncle
You're gonna have to
Carl,
order that and ship it next day shipping if you're gonna get me Waffle House in time.
Uncle Carl is already downloading brand new train wreck videos.
Oh no.
Had drinks since then, and I'm sure that the cats have distracted him on more than one occasion.
Ah, crap. That's what I got to do. I've got to
Oh,
get all my OBS stuff off of the old laptop and put it on the new laptop so that it'll be ready for shenanigans.
Hey, Zach. They've got a Waffle House in Vancouver, Washington.
That's so far away. They're not gonna Uber Eats that to me, unfortunately. It'll be about a 20-hour drive. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't expanded into Canada. We only have Denny's and IHOP.
nothing
Mind
wrong
you,
with Denny's.
we only got IHOP 8-9 years ago.
Well,
They
you know,
They can't figure out how to change the menu to get poutine smothered, covered, and chunked.
well, you also can only ship grits so far north.
Yeah, there's an international treaty against that shit.
We're not allowed to ship Canada nerve gas or grits.
Well, it took us 20 years to get Chick-fil-A. It took us about 15 years to get IHOP. So,
Oh, now that you brought up Chick-fil-A,
There ought to be a treaty against that shit too.
you know how there's the big backlash against Chick-fil-A for their political stances, right?
Yeah.
yeah, it
Why
hasn't
the-
impacted them.
Why the hell is the line wrapped around the damn building twice?
Because
For
there is
drive-through?
no outcome of them having a political stance.
As my youngest would say, the power of hate chicken is too strong.
It's the holiest of the chicken. It's not even the chicken, it's the sauce. I bring home sauces by the bottle in my suitcase every time.
That is the only thing that makes that particular fast food edible. If you don't put sauce on it, it tastes like cardboard. The bun, the
sauce,
chicken,
cheese,
everything.
pickle.
No, it has no taste whatsoever. I've eaten library paste that tasted better, and that was when I was in kindergarten.
It's because they're doing the same method as in Africa, where you use the paste and then you put sauce on it, and it's solely a delivery vehicle to get the sauce
The
in.
sauce is the only thing that gives Chick-fil-A a taste.
If I could buy Chick-fil-A sauce by the Canadian gallon, Carl, I would. Give me a straw.
It's a 55-gallon drum.
Jack, did you hear that?
Or
Did you see
80
that?
gallons in Canada.
I bring 6 to 8 bottles home every time, and they stop me at the border, and they're like, "What are you bringing home?" And I'm like, "Dirty clothes and Chick-fil-A sauce."
And they go,
Is that bottles? Is those
Move
gallon
along.
bottles?
we're going to confiscate one of each flavor.
No. There's only no one wants the Polynesian. No,
Really?
I'll take it.
It's all you all can keep that one.
I'll keep the Polynesian sauce.
It's just sweet and
It's pretty
sour.
good.
I'm waiting for them to bring out like a maple sauce or something. So for like their Canada expand, they're building like 35 of them apparently over the next couple of years.
And then they'll start serving the chicken on waffles with the maple syrup.
Right, like a Canadian bacon, maple bacon sauce. I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Have you ever had maple candied bacon?
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, Donna, no. What you do is you go outside in the winter and you put your hand in the snow, and then you pour the fresh maple syrup on it with a stick, and then you just.
I didn't know they made ice lollies in maple flavor, but now that you described the method, I don't want any. I know where my hands have been.
Hey, Rich, you're gonna have to make you a little frame, like a little wooden or cardboard cash register, and have a pivot point in the back, and then make you some sticks with the signs on them. Okay. And it'd be like a typewriter. Every time you need to put one of the signs up, it goes.
They used to make one of those for addresses and things. Well, a Rolodex. That's what you're telling him he needs for the signs is a Rolodex.
Sort of, a big
Bring the Rolodex back.
Yeah. I shall return.
Hey, Microsoft is doing their damnedest to bring the Rolodex back. I assure you.
Does Kiri even know what a Rolodex is?
It sounds familiar, but
Zach, I think Zach
it's one of those
probably
assholes
does.
that go out and buy that $3,000 watch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're Rolodex.
It's like the address book in your
not
phone, but
Pix,
it's analog
sorry.
and handwritten usually.
Do they still have card catalogs at the library?
Huh? What's a library?
Right now, Nick Tucker just grabbed his chest. Not
Yeah, I
even
was going to
knowing
say.
why.
There will be never mind the furthermore tomorrow, as Nick will be.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
He either grabbed his chest having a heart attack, I'm coming, Elizabeth, style, or he's grabbing his sword and a duffel bag for clothes and heading to Canada.
I'm gonna go with the sword. Zach, just put yourself, but like make a likeness of you and put it on a chair because he won't know the difference. He likes beating the shit out of chairs too.
Will this do? Hey, what about ceiling fans? I hear he has a thing for ceiling fans too.
And couches.
John, remember that show?
I missed the actual show of that, but yeah, I was there for the aftermath of the chair, but I missed the fan. I missed when the fan.
Yeah, he pulls that sword out and throws it in the air and shortens his fan.
Carl's gonna look for the footage.
At the same time you said that.
I went to a concert last weekend, and the concert event had a ceiling fan. The blades on it were like 20 feet long.
Also, it's a big ass fan.
Big ass fan.
Big ass fan. And I was actually sitting there waiting for the show to start. I kept looking up that thing. I was trying to guesstimate how fast the ends of that fan blade were going. Because it wasn't spinning real fast, but because the blades are 20 feet long, it had to be doing close 15, 20 miles an hour back out there.
The name of the company is called Big Ass Fan.
Yeah.
That's why when Zach said it, at the same time I did that.
And do you know where they got their start? They used to make helicopter blades.
Wouldn't surprise me. Now I want to go down to St. Louis, and I want to go to the amphitheater and see a concert. Obviously not right now, but
no, one of their mechanics and rigged up like a 6-bladed fan in the ceiling with the rejected helicopter blades. Bosses came in and went, "What is that?" "Ah, it's a fan we made to keep it cool in here." And they go, "Can you make another one?"
I know there was a hangar in an Air National Guard base, and they fixed helicopters, and they had a bunch of. Now, technically, you're supposed to turn those things in for whatever reason. I don't know. But this was back when they were getting rid of the Hueys. They didn't need them anymore. So they had all these Huey blades laying around. And somebody got the bright idea to go to a machine shop and make a hub for it and made a Huey blade ceiling fan. And the hangar collapsed on it.
What, did it pull them down?
No, the hangar was a leftover from World War II. So.
Oh.
I was going to say the roof took off.
Maybe it worked too good. They actually had just recently, I can't remember, there's an Air Force base, I want to say it was in California, that one of their old blimp hangars caught fire. And it was like on the historic registry for historic buildings, because it was like a pre-World War II blimp hangar.
Oh, yeah, it's burnt twice now in a week. I don't remember where it was, though.
Probably, and of course, nobody fixes that sort of stuff anymore, so it's probably trashed. The Air Force, back when they were still Army Air Corps, were experimenting with a bomber. And an old propeller had like 6 engines on it, propeller driven, looked like a biplane kind of thing. And when I want to say Jimmy Doolittle took over, or no, Spatz. It was General Spatz took over. They went there and had this old plane. It was on the Army inventory, so they couldn't get rid of it. He was stuck with it, and they had all this money going into preserving this piece of crap, one of a kind bomber. And he was like, if we didn't have that bomber, I could put all that money into something else. So he went home one day. He was sitting at the table eating with his family, looked at his watch, and his family goes, "What's going on?" He goes, "Oh, I'm expecting to get a call about a fire here in about 2 minutes."
Bye, Carl. Good night.
And sure enough, you started hearing fire engines. It's about the time that, and the hangar that this bomber was in mysteriously caught fire. On the bright side, the bomber was no longer on the Army inventory, so he was able to buy new bombers.
Hi.
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 Hi. Hi. Hi. Yeah,
We all got really quiet and have kind of these like weird looks on our faces.
Oh, there. Yeah, I'm reading something right now. It's from the website Business Insider. Okay, is Starship's first liftoff to space created the equivalent of a volcanic eruption in the launch pad, physicist finds.
Yep.
Similar to the amount of energy it created, similar to volcanic eruption. And then they show the shockwave blast cloud coming off of it there.
Yeah, I skimmed it a little. I'm gonna have to dive into it more tomorrow.
Last time you dove into it, you might got hit by it. Oh, I love the fact that it shows some people. It looks like they're just north of the launch pad, and they're out in the mud flats.
Ah, that's south. That's Mexico.
Is that in Mexico
It's
where they're
3
standing on the concrete?
Yeah, so the U.S. has said you cannot be closer than like 5.1, 5.2 miles is the exclusion zone. Mexico hasn't said anything, so everyone drove through Mexico, took like the 5-hour journey around, and stands 3.2 miles from the pad. Just no. Just no. And apparently there's huge parties planned for this one. Because last one they kept it kind of quiet. This one they're expecting a bigger turnout. Last time they had taco trucks, they had ice cream trucks.
Really? You went there?
It was a party.
Okay. That's the launch site way back in the background.
That's the build site.
These are chunks of concrete from the launch pad that have created these craters in the ground.
Yeah.
And that's in Mexico, right?
That's in the Mexico side, apparently. So.
No, that's right next to the pad. I stood there. That's right.
Zach,
yeah.
That's Zach with his foot up on the rock.
That wasn't from the boulder. That was where I stood. No, that's right next to the pad.
Look at all the
that's a better picture. That actually shows the. Yeah.
So it was almost a nuclear blast.
Yeah, it was almost as bad as if it had just exploded on the pad, as if it lifted off. So
I need to find that one picture.
We'll see what happens on Saturday.
Oh, that one picture of the minivan getting waxed.
Yeah,
they had a minivan sitting out there with a camera on top, filming the launch, and a chunk of concrete about the size of, say, a typewriter. Does anybody know what a typewriter is still? Just check.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're making a comeback.
About the size of a microwave.
That don't mean nothing anymore now. That's it's equal to about 200 smartphones.
Are you okay, Rich?
Yeah.
It's getting blown away.
The comment about the too close to the fan. But
Are you sure it wasn't Memorex?
Excuse me?
Well,
You sure it wasn't Memorex?
Well, now they've got a beautiful little setup of a trailer.
Yeah, they learned not to invest the amount of money into a car that when it's going to get blown up again.
You know, it'd be kind of funny if they went to like one of these Army surplus yards and bought like an old armored personnel carrier and drove it out there.
Don't give them my idea, on.
Hey, if they want to buy a 113, I will volunteer to do maintenance and drive the thing.
I have an account on whatever the government website is that they retire all the stuff on that they sell it once they've done it.
MRAP would be nice.
Tempting vehicles.
Hey,
yes.
Hey,
I wouldn't mind having an APC myself.
There's your mechanic with experience on some of that equipment.
Need a developer first.
What you want developed? I'm good with film.
Code, JavaScript, TypeScript, Java.
Sorry,
Rich,
VBA,
wake
HTML.
up.
Rich and I talked about it at one point.
Think about it, Zach. The launch pad with its stupid tech crew.
Welcome to the launch pad and the stupid crew.
If we all show up in an old military vehicle coming down Highway 4,
yeah,
and they feel us coming like 4 miles earlier.
Now we'll put better shocks on the damn thing.
You're in an armored vehicle. How are they going to stop you?
With their armed military. Actually, they'll use their drone fleet. It's really fun when they have drones flying and chasing you and yelling.
Do you know what MRAP stands for? Mine resistant, armored protected, or mine resistant armor protected.
Now, Zach, here's the thing: you can
know
go
what
to the
50 caliber built-fed machine guns stand for?
Zach,
that drone ain't getting within 100 yards.
Zach, correct me if I'm wrong. You can go to the launch site without having to deal with Border Patrol, right?
Yes, you can go. You just can't come back.
You just can't come back. Could you imagine the look on the guys' faces when 3 or 4 armored personnel carriers are headed for the launch site?
Yes, because it would probably be the same face as they made when my friend Jiho, who's Korean, and I went through it the first time. And I told Jiho, you answer it. It's border. Answer their questions and tell them what's up, like whatever they're asking. And the guy's like, "So where are you coming from?" And he's like, "Canada." And the guy's face, he broke because he dead seriously thought that Jiho meant that we had just come from Canada and we were arriving into the United States via Starbase. And he didn't know. And I was like, and he was like, "Wait, what part?" And he was like, "Well, Toronto. We left Edmonton, but I came through Toronto. He came from Florida, though."
You know, Zach.
And the guy was like so confused. I was like, "No, we drove in 2 hours ago. Here's our media badges." He's confusing. I know.
Where are you coming from? Canada.
We had to drive around the world to get here.
You could probably see the look in his. You could probably see the gears in his brain just grinding, trying to calculate that route.
And he's standing there going, "I don't dare call this one into my supervisor."
Yet there
I
was
would
no
love to
way.
see his after work report, or like them talking after. "So, what was the craziest thing you heard today?" "Oh, well, these 2 guys came in from Canada."
Huh?
Yep. Yeah. No, their border patrol's pretty good, and once you're there a few times, they know you.
You didn't go, "Oh, it's you. Come on." You didn't come through that many times, did you?
I got that a few times. But I also normally had a SpaceX hat on the dash, my media credentials hanging from the windshield, and like 3 cameras in the side seat.
Okay. Did it get to the point, okay, where when you pulled up to the gatehouse, you opened the window, handed them their coffee, said, "Hey, guys, I got some extra sugar."
"Hey, Bruce, it's me again."
"It's me, Mike." They didn't have those donuts you like. Sorry.
Oh, too far out for that.
All right. Zach, let's see here. Joe, bring it up for me.
Now that's what we need to build
Oh,
into
that's a short one. I'm used to the ones that are hinged in the middle.
Okay, this is a Cayman. Everything from the firewall back is one big armored box. Okay.
You could
Dan,
probably
if we roll up somewhere, we need the short bus.
No,
It has
we're gonna
it
need
has
a
two large
big
armored-
bus.
It has 2 large armored doors and a ramp in the back.
Do you know how many lists I was on, first of all, doing rockets? And then when I started Googling buying one of these?
Zach, we make a big decal for the side of it that says launch pad maintenance. Okay. And we could just drive anywhere on the SpaceX place we want to.
Yeah, another group did that, and I'm pretty sure we're told they had to rebrand or make it clear that they were not with X.
Hey, I bet with that sucker you could sit right outside the launch pad.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not worried about the exclusion zone. No, sir, you have to leave. No, seriously, I'm safer here than you are 5 miles away.
No.
I'm rated for a nuclear blast.
Yeah.
Aren't y'all going to evacuate? Nah, we're good. It's like, wait a minute. Aren't you guys going to evacuate? Nah, we're good.
I'm waiting for the time that someone's hidden out there and doesn't exclude. It's gonna happen because unless they're sending up helicopters with heat systems,
Drones.
heat, what is it?
That's all done with drones nowadays.
Yeah, but unless they're searching a 5 square mile area every time.
Well, you did have 2 guys walking up beside a fuel.
A fuel, what was it? SN11? 10?
What was that
It
one?
was one of the hoppers.
What was that one we were watching, Joe, where the 2 Mexicans walked across the border with the fishing rod and the ice chest?
Right. They rounded the corner and saw the road like, oh, shit.
Then they just kept walking, and finally they disappeared off into the marsh, and Border Patrol showed up and asked if they could have the video. That was kind of funny.
No, they went to Lab Padre and took control of that camera and started chasing,
The best part is he was still live streaming. I don't think they knew that, so we're watching them track them on the camera. Yeah, they've had some fun down there with the border being so close. And it's a big beach. You have to think it goes 5 miles up to South Padre, but then it turns and you've got about another 5 miles. So they've got a lot of area to clear whenever they clear the beach.
Yeah, I miss those. Those were the fun days of Starship.
Yeah, Starship's getting a little old.
Yeah. I mean, John will tell you the running joke is, what are they going to blow up next?
A Falcon 9.
We are overdue for that.
Well, you heard that we might not ever see New Glenn.
No, what happened?
Blue Origin is bidding to buy out ULA. They're one of 3 people trying to buy out ULA right now.
Is Elon the other one?
No, Elon's not allowed to.
Oh, he's not an American, is he?
No, it would be
monopoly.
It'd be a monopoly on U.S. Space Force. So if something happened with SpaceX, they'd be stuck. Yeah, it was ULA, some no-name company. I can't remember who else.
Oh, you heard about that one that GM did, that hit that Elon took from GM? They have this company. They have this little company that
I don't know who put that up before I was ready, but that's what you need, Zach.
Cyberboat.
Damnation Alley.
Damnation.
The Landmaster, yes.
You think Elon would get mad at you if you showed up in a vehicle from Damnation Alley at his launch site?
No, he'd probably walk out and take a picture with it.
No, especially since I think the
the Cybertruck would look good.
The Cybertruck is supposed to be a companion vehicle to the Landmaster.
And the thing is, that sucker could drive from South Padre Island to Starbase.
Yeah. Well, they have 2
hovercrafts
that they use now. I'm waiting for the public to be allowed to use them.
Oh, and Rich, just to remind you, there is one scene of Damnation Alley I can never get out of my mind.
Get the cockroaches.
Cockroaches?
Yeah.
I think that's
some
the
of
one that
the
sticks with
some of
most
the
people.
worst special effects ever put on film was the killer cockroaches. Because to make them look
But
like they were
still
crawling across
disturbing as all
walls,
hell.
to make them look like they were crawling across walls and stuff like that, huge hordes of them, they attached
Stop
like
motion.
100 cockroaches to a blanket and drug the blanket across the wall. Yeah, it's that bad.
And what wasn't that Carl Weathers? No,
I need to
who
go
was
take
that?
care of something. I'll be right back.
No, that was
Okay.
darn it, Paul Winfield.
Yeah, Paul Winfield.
Paul Winfield. For somebody who's terrible with names, especially common names, I am impressed that I got that, by the way.
Me too. Oh, Michaela's here.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, Zach, that's one of those good movies you need to watch.
It's horrible. George Peppard, Jan Michael Vincent, Paul Winfield. The kid.
Okay, on the scale of bad to Star Wars Holiday Special.
Better than the Star Wars Holiday Special, but it's somewhere between the original Mad Max and the Star Wars Holiday Special. It's somewhere in there. The kid.
I've survived the Holiday Special 6 or 7 times.
He was in
It's
Bad News
better
Bears.
than Megaforce.
He was in Bad News Bears. He was in Damnation Alley. He went on to play Rorschach in The Watchmen.
He's had a long career.
And
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger in the newer Friday the 13th series.
Oh yeah, he was the new Freddy Krueger. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But my favorite was he played Rorschach. So.
John didn't get
Welcome back.
Ted did not tell me we were out of ice cream till just now.
So Ted's dead.
We're gonna miss him.
Moment of silence.
No, he's still alive. They think I killed you. Come here.
That's what I'm saying. You dug that hole in the backyard really quickly.
Oh, look at Zach. Look at Zach. Do that again, Zach.
Oh, get over here to make sure that okay.
We know you're just talking to the wall, Dawn. It's okay.
Get over here.
You're not going to be able to get one of the cats to dress up in a Ted suit to pretend he's still alive.
I'm dying on that one. You gotta come over here for that one. Remember, I'm good at pumpkin chunking, so you better get over here. And
Do you have pumpkins in the house?
the what?
Do you have a pumpkin?
I'll find one. Actually,
I have a pumpkin. I have 2 pumpkins. They're still on the front porch.
Oh, John, remind me next year to set up the hub up at the sound bar so I can get you a hard line out to the patio.
Okay.
That made about as much sense as calico socks.
Oh, he's talking about running a Cat 5 cable from a modem up near the DJ stand out to where we did the show this year.
Oh, okay.
So.
Did you see him?
Tim's still alive.
He's alive.
For right now.
He was
Right.
giving us the sign that he needs help.
No, he ran.
Yeah, well,
Link
if he's,
twice if you're being
if
held
he's smart,
hostage.
he's on his way to the Golden Pantry to get some more ice cream.
Oh. Dan, you'll get this. And Zach and Kira, you know how all the kids are doing this now?
Yeah.
That'd get your ass whooped in England.
Wait,
Will.
doing what?
Or
peace
Italy.
sign or doing like
Doing it like this.
okay.
It's only a peace sign if they can see the palm of your hand. If they can't, it's something entirely not peaceful.
I get balloons either way I do it. So
That'll get you a fight in Italy. Let me tell you.
why?
Get your
It's
fight.
like taking down your index finger.
You'll hear switchblades.
Hi, Anthony Van Eaton.
Hey, Anthony, welcome to the show. Hang around. Be sure to follow us, whatever channel you're watching us on. And good luck.
And we'll
Call your therapist.
We'll try and actually be entertaining now that you're here.
Yeah.
We got to behave, guys. There's somebody watching. Okay.
Since when do we even behave?
Mm,
Dan, that's notification. Your show starts in 30 minutes.
well, goody.
Why does Dan's notifications always go out on my on time, and mine go out like 6 hours after I end the stream?
This is the one from last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one from Thursday, last week.
Oh, no, it's probably the one from Sunday morning since it's time lagged. So, what topic shall we annihilate next?
Good question.
Who knows?
Neolithic tessellation is a recurring motif in French medieval stonemasonry.
Huh?
I actually understood that. Yes, he's talking about Stone Age rock carvings and the patterns of the Stone Age rock carvings. And I'm not even an anthropologist.
Well, I'll tell you something I learned and made me mad. You can't watch John Wayne's The Longest Day without having to pay for it anywhere.
Really?
Yep.
You haven't met my friend from Kentucky yet, have you?
Well, I mean, I just want to grab it real quick.
Talk to the bartender at LibertyCon.
But okay. But I've also known that you can get the Kiss movie for free.
The one we were watching the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll actually pay you to watch that one now.
Yeah.
Like $20 is $20.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Oh man, he did that on purpose. Dairy Queen closed 2 minutes ago too. Oh man, he is in so much trouble.
Do you have a Walmart, gas station, Sobeys?
He's fine.
A dairy farm with a sympathetic farmer and a freezer?
A cow?
Oh, I'll have to find it, but on petition.org, there's now a petition for Walmart to go back to 24 hours.
It should be. They don't
Honestly,
have staff manning the tills, so what's the problem?
Yeah, like that would at least.
They can't get the old people to be greeters that late at night.
So put a
They're already
Tesla
in bed.
bot at the front door.
What did you just say?
Put a Tesla bot at the front door.
I didn't think you said bot. I'm like, Tesla has those now?
What did you hear me say?
I will say if Walmart opened for 24 hours again, at least life would be a little bit less boring, because you would just walk around the Walmart and see what kind of weirdness you would. Yeah.
Michaela, I did too. I swear that's what he said.
If I get bored late at night, like that would be a fun thing to do. Just go to Walmart and just go people watching. See what kind
I
of
mean, I
weirdness.
can understand if they want to close for a couple of hours, but like stay open till like 3 and then reopen at like 6.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Chris. So
wow.
You know, I actually understand
I
Cousin
understood.
It from the Addams Family, and that made perfect sense, except you said 2 words backwards when they should have been the other way around.
Oh.
You transposer.
I think he's just a poser.
Dyslexics untie.
No, Walmart came out and said they make money when they're closed during those hours.
Huh?
That's what the printing presses are for.
That's when they do their laundering and
because they cut power down on the stores. Only people, there's only like 6 people in the whole store. You're not having, to pay that payroll. Plus the online makes up for it.
Well, then do pickup only.
Must be
Don't
different from when I
don't
worked
actually
there.
open the store.
When I worked there in '97, they went from a 10 o'clock close time to 24 hours. This was when they were going to
Yeah.
that. I mean, granted, this was 25 years ago, and they only had to put one or two extra people because everybody was unloading the trucks. So there was staff there, and they got pretty much told you're running the rest of the floor.
Well, given the statistics that Joe Dog just quoted, imagine how much money they would make if they never opened at all ever again. And
But
no one
Wally
would miss
World.
them. No one would miss them.
I would miss Walmart.
Nah,
Yeah.
Kroger's getting better. It's almost a Walmart.
Never been to a Kroger.
Hey,
Oh.
there's always a Buc-ee's.
Oh.
If you come to HallowCon, we'll take you to Kroger.
Never been to a Buc-ee's either.
I haven't been
Yeah,
to
I
Buc-ee's,
haven't
but
either,
I have
but,
been to an Waffle House.
I haven't been to Buc-ee's either.
I've driven by 10 of them, but every time I go to Starbase, we're like, we'll stop at Buc-ee's on the next time we come, or next time we're passing, and then we forget that until we have passed the last one by about 20 minutes.
Yeah, really. That's what you get for being chased by the cops every time you leave. You set off how
Only
big a
half
bottle
a
rocket?
dozen times.
They said I could take a sample.
I'm still mad at myself.
They
that I
weren't
didn't.
saying it could be from Ann Margaret.
Where did my Bucky go? I just realized my Bucky's missing.
Excuse me, Joe Dog. How long have you been married?
No, I wanted an Easter Bucky.
It doesn't matter. You got a stuffed animal and a wife, and you're worried about where the stuffed animal disappeared to?
So was it crucified?
No,
Just
she
the animal is
confiscated it to cuddle in place of cuddling Joe Dog.
Oh.
Because he's always on late night shows.
Well, hey. Do you blame the woman? I am probably the smartest person in the world because I fart. Yeah. If you hold your farts in, it goes up it works its way up your spine into your brain, and that's where shitty ideas come from.
Almost
Joe
made a
Dog.
political comment there. Sorry.
Joe Dog, go to bed.
20 more minutes.
He's still got a little bit to go before we have to sign off here. No, I mean, I know Joe Dog's wife, and I know that she would just absolutely adore cuddly stuffed animals. And it would not surprise me if all the cuddly stuffed animals in the house are currently with her. And the unstuffed animals as well.
So what Joe Dog needs to do is go back to Buc-ee's and get the Buc-ee's beaver onesie.
How do we know that that Donna's not going to steal that from him either?
Because he'll be wearing it.
Off.
Wait, well, no, I know. Oh dear.
I might be a
We done
screwy
broke
rabbit,
Rich.
but I ain't going to Alpha
Rich had to
class.
go.
What?
Rich is gone.
Why?
Scared
What?
away.
We scared him away, I think.
No, he probably just had to go down the hall. I mean, we didn't hear the dogs bark, so we know his wife isn't home from work yet.
Based on the time that it is, she was probably home already.
Ooh, I never considered that. Well, maybe she demanded a tribute. I should be charging up that damn Square point of sale device and exploring that some more, but I'm having too much fun with y'all here tonight. So,
Well, I learned something. You got the little square block that you plug the card into?
yeah, the one that looks like an Italian sports car from the 70s. Yeah, it's a wedge.
Oh, you got the okay, yeah.
The swiping one or the chip tapping one?
Both. You can swipe your card through the mag reader. You can plug the chip reader card in, or you could just tap it as well. And it's a big white triangle with a screen.
Mine's just a
Well,
little.
it's not even that big. It's a little white triangle with it, but it's not one of the ones that you plug into a phone and swipe through.
Yeah.
Now, I was at working registration at HallowCon, and guy came up, paid for his and pulled out his card, and I just held the thing up, for him to plug the phone, plug his card into. He just laid his card on it, and I went, it does that?
Tap to pay.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Problem is, I've had the damn things for 6 years and didn't know it did that.
That's all right. It's new program. It was in an update that you installed without knowing about it. And Dawn, I've been paying to tap for a long time. At least 50 years.
Good night, everybody.
Lindsay. You're lucky I love Lindsay so much.
I should have saved that for tomorrow night, but I would have forgotten it. Yes, I'm incorrigible, but who cares? I mean,
you're incorrigible, and we encourage you.
Besides, how many people watch this show every week anyway?
Carl.
Besides Uncle Carl.
Hopefully, Anthony does.
I would say Van Eaton.
Okay.
You were trying to say his last name. I thought I was helping you out.
Yep, that looks like the way you would pronounce his name. If that's mispronouncing, I apologize.
Ditto.
They're silent letters. It's actually pronounced Smith.
You got to go 36 miles south of HallowCon to get to a Buc-ee's?
Yep.
I obviously passed it on my way up. Is it on 75, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I obviously passed it on the way up.
Is it the
I was too busy. I was
Calhoun
too busy doing 0.5 past light speed to get there. And I was still getting passed by everybody else on the road.
That's something we ought to do. Is just whoever hasn't gone to Buggy's yet, just pop their cherries.
Well, I mean,
cherries and...
when you got to leave the con and drive half an hour to get someplace, that's a time investment.
Let's just move the con to Buc-ee's.
No.
They got enough room.
I know, but they'd notice.
Would they though?
We're kind of loud.
Just do it in the parking lot. Big white tent.
Outside Con Mark II. Oh Lord! Chris, if you remind me to look for exit 310 next year when we're on the way, or even
On the way up, it would be easier on you because it's on the same side of the road.
or even when we're on our way to LibertyCon, unless exit 310 is in between I-20 and Dalton, because we ain't going through Atlanta. My life insurance ain't that good. Whoa!
But you're supposed to pick me up at the airport.
What, Dan?
If I have to answer that, you already know.
I assumed.
Hey now.
Behave. She's spoken for.
I know. And Lindsay just loves her hair. Lindsay is jealous of Dawn's hair.
It's not that.
I know.
Well, Dan, you remember at one time I had hair that long.
Yeah, but I never looked at you that way.
Thank God.
At least not when he was looking.
You also had the Antonio Banderas mustache and goatee too.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those.
Thank God.
Just south of Calhoun.
It's between 20 and Calhoun. Okay, I might be able to find it then.
Between Georgia 20 and Calhoun.
Yep. 20 is the way that we avoid Atlanta now. And it's actually not that bad. I mean, you have to go through a bunch of little bitty towns, but we like little bitty towns. They've got pawn shops
Perspiration.
and perspiration?
Oh, personality. Sorry.
Oh, personality, yes. That too.
All the little towns are very sweaty.
Only if you're from there.
Don't sweat the petty things and don't pet the sweaty things.
No comment.
That would have put a huge dent in my
Donna
life.
was asking where you can get the Kiss movie. Did anybody ever respond to that?
I sent her a message to send me an email, and I will get it to her.
Okay. Just saw that.
That is the Phantom in the Park movie, right?
Yeah.
Like they had a second one.
Hey, Joe, bring that up.
Hey, they were in Scooby Doo.
Bring what up?
Hey, Scooby-Doo was better. Even the live Scooby-Doos were better.
Oh, they don't show it.
Whoa.
It's
It
too
doesn't.
new.
It's somewhere in there.
The roads are there.
Yeah.
The roads are there. But apparently they did send a Google car down there. They just haven't put a satellite overhead yet.
Oh, I pissed the Google guy off in my neighborhood this
Why
week.
does that not surprise me?
Well, I'm backing out of my driveway, and he sets on the horn, like a New Yorker. So I decided to follow him around the neighborhood.
All you needed was somebody hanging out the passenger side with one of those great big huge VHS video cameras so that they would have to notice it.
Oh, he noticed it.
Well, yeah, you were in the big yellow truck, weren't you?
No, I was in the little HHR.
Oh, okay.
After 3 trips through the neighborhood, he rolled his window down and went, "Come on around, damn it."
You get right next to him and pace him for the next 35 miles so that side of the camera only shows your car. Oh, the only other way to piss off people that are doing the Google Map ground view photographs is there were a couple of people that were behaving inappropriately at about the time the cars drove by, and I'm
If
going, I don't think you should do that in the front yard. Maybe in the swimming pool or something where you got some privacy.
I live in a cul-de-sac neighborhood, and if I could find out when the Google car would be coming through that area, I would get everyone in the neighborhood, and I would get a roll of police tape and have them police tape off their driveway and do a chalk drawing of a dead body in the
every
driveway
driveway?
of all
In every
78
driveway.
all 78 houses in our neighborhood with the little bullet markers and everything.
My son, back when he was still in high school, had a really good friend who was on the outs with his parents, so we let him stay with us for a while. He was parked. Well, actually, technically, his girlfriend was parked because he didn't have a car or drive. But they were parked at the end of the driveway, about 10 foot down, where we wouldn't be able to see them because of a fence, going at it. And one of my kids came home and went, "What's going on in the car?" So I walk out there, pounding my fist against the window. Not in the frickin' front yard. If you're going to do that stuff, go to a back road where people aren't going to see you. Not a street where little kids are walking by. But yeah, they were. And as soon as I started screaming, you just saw an ass pop up in the window, and then, just like cars stopped moving, and I'm like, really?
Performance anxiety much? I'm glad I got that line in. Oh, the sock. She missed her cue. She's upset now.
Are you happy now?
Oh, come on. That was fun, HallowCon. I think I kind of surprised everybody with that.
Oh, you surprised us
Play a
with
video?
Huh?
Yes.
Okay, I saw.
Now he muted himself.
No, I don't think that was Zach that muted him.
I think John muted him because I know
did
it
not
wasn't
do
me.
that.
I have not reached for any controls.
I don't have the ability to mute Zach.
I can't unmute him because he's muted himself.
No, your videos still visually have not played for me, but the
videos are playing. That's why he's muted.
It does tell me the host has muted me when a host mutes me, Joe Dog.
Okay.
Well, everybody gets muted when one of the videos plays.
Yeah, one of the videos.
Mine was just a minute late.
If I
still visually haven't seen it.
Well, it's got to travel all the way across the United States.
Oh, damn! You need a better computer.
Have you tried to get across the border from the United States to Canada? It sometimes takes a while when it's got to go.
It got stopped at the border. Yeah, that's what it was.
No, it doesn't take time to cross the Canadian border. We say, do you have guns? No. Alcohol? Yes. Come on in.
Alcohol? Got guns? No. Alcohol? Yes. Come on in. Pour me one.
As long as you're willing to share, we'll let you in. And remember, a mounted guy at 4'5" still looks mighty tall. Rangers at Midnight. The band was called Crack the Sky. I heard them on college radio back in the, 70s.
Rich, don't. Just don't. Shake the Etch a Sketch. Shake the Etch a Sketch, Rich. Shake the Etch a Sketch.
Oh, get out of my brain, Rich. It's scary in there.
I think Rich kicked the door and went, yeah!
Oh, like one of the one of the live performances of the Who doing "I Won't Get Fooled Again." Yeah, slide across the floor.
You all right, Rich?
I've never seen him actually look embarrassed.
If he's 4'5" and she's mounting him, she's going to be shifting kidneys. Sorry.
Especially since she was horse and he's on top.
It's almost the end of the show for her too.
We don't know that. They may go into special overtime.
Hey,
It's a
20
song about the mounted police of Canada.
Oh, can it?
It was a song about, well, basically the experiences of a Canadian Mountie who joined the Mounties because he and his girlfriend split up. And he found a lot of self-affirmation riding through the cold winters on his horse and stopping bad guys like Snidely Whiplash and whatnot. That's about as best as I can explain it. The next song on the album was "Oh Yes, We're Being Invaded," and it was talking about Martians landing in the bay.
Ooh, I started reading a new book the other day called Abducted.
Sort of boring, isn't it?
Damn!
Better not be.
Remember, Joe Dog said that, not me.
That's okay. I'm going to get him to write a review.
He can't write.
I know this guy. He can't write with sour L shit.
So you're going to get him to post a review, Dan.
I know. I'm just going to get him to write it. If he posts it, I'm going to break his fingers.
No, you get him to post it. You send him it.
How do I say this? Captain, he's saying goodbye to Captain.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That's
I
right.
know exactly where it is.
All right. I hate to say this, but guess what?
It's that time.
It's time to go, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Say
night,
good night,
everybody.
everybody.
And I will see everybody that wants to join me on the other show. I better start the room.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you all for indulging
Good
us.
night.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand, and touched the face of God.
down.